the truth about women's psychology and sexual emotions. We begin a journey of deep exploration into human psychology and how intimacy can affect relationships. The revelations shared in this section may completely change your perspective on love, human behavior, and especially women. If you think you understand women in relationships, get ready to be surprised. Women's sexual psychology is incredibly complex, and not everyone fully grasps it. Intimacy is not simply a physical moment, but also includes emotions and the mind. Many women tend to desire a deep emotional connection after being intimate with their partner. This explains why, after being close, many women don't just want to cuddle, but also need time to talk. They need a mental connection. Meanwhile, men sometimes simply roll over and sleep after intimacy, reflecting the differences in how the two genders handle closeness. It is clear that when a woman feels sexually satisfied, this satisfaction often triggers a series of positive physiological and emotional responses. These emotions can repeat and intensify over time, strengthening the connection between the two individuals. Studies show that women who are comfortable with their bodies tend to have higher levels of hormones, which may explain the relationship between physical health and sexual desire. A sexual relationship is not just based on the physical. It is a blend of the mind and emotions, which is something not everyone fully recognizes. This changes how we perceive and evaluate intimacy in relationships. When women feel satisfied with their bodies and have a strong emotional connection with their partner, they feel safer and more open in expressing their emotions and sexual needs. Expectations and realities in sexual relationships. When it comes to intimacy, one of the key factors that women desire is a deep emotional connection. However, this expectation can lead to disappointment if not met properly. Women are not only seeking physical pleasure, but also want connection and genuine care from their partner. When these expectations are not met, they may feel unfulfilled and dissatisfied. To avoid disappointment in sex, both partners need to understand that expectations from words can create unnecessary pressure. When men try to boast about their sexual skills or do things just to impress, instead of focusing on the true connection, they may unintentionally create discomfort for women. The absence of genuine care and attention from a partner can be shown through subtle signs. A typical example is when women avoid eye contact. This does not mean they don't care, but it may indicate that the emotional connection has not been fully satisfied. On the other hand, when a woman holds your gaze longer, it is a clear sign of genuine attraction. These unconscious signals, such as eye contact, a smile, or small gestures, can help you recognize her true feelings. When you pay attention to these signals, you will realize that emotional connection is the most important factor in a sexual relationship. Understanding and responding to these signals creates a safe space for both partners, where love and understanding are shared. Mental stimulation and the ability to achieve orgasm. One little-known truth is that 1% of women can achieve orgasm solely through mental stimulation and imagination, without any physical contact. This sheds light on an important factor in sexual relationships. It's not just the physical, but the mind and emotions play a crucial role as well. A woman's sense of satisfaction comes not only from physical stimulation, but also from mental factors, empathy, and imagination. This shows that a woman's ability to reach orgasm can stem more from the mind than from the body. The fact that women can reach orgasm through imagination indicates the complexity of emotions and sexual connection. They don't just need physical interaction. They also require empathy and deep understanding from their partner. An exceptional organ of the female body is the clitoris, the only organ in the human body that doesn't age over time. In fact, the duration of orgasm in women is often about 4 times longer than in men. This proves that the female body can experience intense and prolonged sensations that men may not fully understand. The complexity of the female body in sexual relationships is truly astonishing, and many often underestimate this capability. Empathy and mental reactions. When women ask you about your feelings, your answer can change the entire relationship. Sometimes, a sincere and kind response can make a huge difference in how you communicate and maintain the connection. Self-esteem is a key part of any relationship, and gentle gestures, care, and attention can help sustain it. Prolonged loneliness can lead someone to accept situations that do not truly reflect their true self. Loneliness makes us fearful and is often the reason why we fail to explore our true potential. When it comes to physical preferences, many studies indicate that women tend to show great concern about the size and shape of their genitalia, especially when there is compatibility between the two individuals in the relationship. Compatibility and the importance of sexual relationships. One of the important factors that women often consider in a relationship is sexual compatibility. However, this compatibility is not just based on physical factors, but also on the emotional and spiritual connection between two people. A successful sexual relationship is not simply about physical satisfaction. It also includes nonverbal communication, emotional harmony, and a deep understanding of each other's needs. When women talk about sexual satisfaction, they often don't just talk about how they feel about reaching orgasm. They also mention the feeling of being respected, the feeling of a deep connection with their partner. One of the key reasons women cannot simply be satisfied physically is because they also need a strong emotional connection to truly feel satisfied. This explains why some women feel more comfortable and satisfied when they can share their feelings with their partner during the act. Meanwhile, men tend not to realize the importance of emotional connection in sex. Many of them believe that sexual satisfaction is simply about achieving pleasure through physical stimulation. However, women find that emotions and understanding from their partner can enhance pleasure and make satisfaction more lasting. This emotional connection can be expressed through gentle gestures, such as a touch, a deep gaze, or even listening when the other shares their feelings. These actions help women feel loved and appreciated. This feeling allows them to be more comfortable expressing themselves and more easily achieving orgasm. Sexual relationships and understanding body language. Everyone has their own body language, and when it comes to intimacy, understanding each other's body language is crucial. Women especially value subtle signals such as how you look into their eyes, how you hug them, or how you respond to their small gestures. These actions do not need to be complex, but they can say a lot about the emotions you have for them. This also applies to men, but typically men tend to be less sensitive to their partner's body language. Understanding body language can help men connect with women more easily, and at the same time, it strengthens the relationship. For example, a tender look or a gentle kiss can convey so much emotion that words cannot express. Women are especially sensitive to the feeling of being noticed. When you maintain eye contact or offer small gestures like stroking their hair, you create a sense of safety and affection for them. On the other hand, a lack of attention or ignoring these small signs can make them feel abandoned and disrespected. This can negatively affect the sexual and emotional relationship between the two people. A study shows that when a couple understands each other's body language, they find it easier to connect during intimate moments. This connection is not only about pleasing each other physically, but also about nonverbal communication, helping to create a closer and more intimate bond. Intimacy and the importance of small gestures. Intimacy is not just a single moment. It's a series of small actions that you perform throughout a relationship. Gentle gestures, like touching your partner's hand, caressing, or light kisses, all play an important role in building a long-lasting and happy relationship. Women particularly enjoy feeling loved and appreciated through these small gestures. A subtle compliment, a tender glance, or even a private intimate gesture when no one is watching can make them feel respected and loved. These small actions may not be grand, but they create a powerful emotional connection. On the contrary, if you fail to show care through these actions, the relationship can gradually become cold and disconnected. Women will feel neglected and lack attention. Therefore, maintaining these small gestures not only helps women feel comfortable, but also creates long-lasting emotional bonds and happiness in a sexual relationship. Physiological and psychological factors in attraction. In sexual relationships, attraction is not only about physical appearance, but also about the mental and emotional communication between partners. Women tend to be attracted not just to the physical appearance of their partner, but also to how they are treated, the care they receive, and the understanding in the relationship. When you understand your partner's feelings and needs, this attraction will continue to grow. Many studies show that during certain stages of the menstrual cycle, women's sexual desire may increase, especially during ovulation. During this time, women feel more attractive, not only to their partners, but also to themselves. Therefore, understanding and responding to these physiological factors can be key to enhancing connection and attraction in a sexual relationship. Attraction in long-term relationships. In long-term relationships, attraction does not solely stem from sexual satisfaction, but also from how both partners treat each other over time. When maintaining a long-term relationship, you need to continuously nurture the emotional and physical connection between the two of you. Behavioral changes, attention, and understanding will help maintain attraction throughout the shared life. Particularly, in long-term relationships, women highly value romance and continuous care from their partner. Actions like writing love letters, creating small surprises, or organizing special date nights can help reignite romance in the relationship. Continuing with thoughts on intimacy and emotions in a relationship, it's impossible to ignore the importance of maintaining a strong mental connection. Factors like nonverbal communication, care, and small gestures can greatly influence a woman's emotions. Gestures, eye contact, or even silence can convey a lot without needing words. We often don't realize that intimacy is not just about physical acts, but is a blend of emotions and intellect. Care is the key to a relationship. Genuine care and listening are among the most important factors in maintaining attraction and connection in a relationship. Women particularly value whether their partner can listen to and understand their feelings without judgment. Paying attention to small things like how you check in, care for them during tough times, or simply share thoughts and emotions can lay a solid foundation for a lasting connection. A prime example is when a woman feels tired or stressed. Just a tight hug or a gentle word of reassurance can make her feel lighter and appreciated. Simple actions like these can deepen your relationship and help you understand that care is not just about external expressions, but also about listening and understanding the intangible needs of the other person. Body language and sex, a subtle connection. Body language plays an extremely important role in sexual relationships. When women feel attracted, small actions like hand gestures, eye contact, or even how they move their bodies can reveal their interest and love for you. Studies show that women tend to express their attraction through subtle signals that you might not always notice, such as leaning towards you when talking or making steady eye contact while you speak. Especially, maintaining nonverbal communication in a sexual relationship can create a much deeper connection than mere words. A loving glance or gentle physical contact can intensify the closeness and affection between two people, far beyond what can be communicated with words. These actions show that true attraction stems from feeling, sharing, and mutual understanding in every action. Important physiological factors in sexual relationships. When discussing intimacy, we cannot overlook the physiological factors that influence sexual satisfaction. Women can experience changes in sexual desire and orgasmic feelings throughout their menstrual cycle. During ovulation, women's sexual desire typically increases, and they become more sensitive to strong stimulation, potentially making it easier for them to reach orgasm. This is not just about physical stimulation, but also about the physiological interaction with your partner's body. When you understand these changes, you can adjust your actions and reactions to better align with your partner's needs and emotions. This sensitivity will help make the sexual relationship more fulfilling and, in turn, help maintain a long-lasting and sustainable connection. Emotions and responses. How to make women feel respected. Women are particularly sensitive to respect in sexual relationships. This is not only about treating them gently with words, but also through actions and genuine feelings. Women need to feel that they are not only loved, but also respected and understood. Small actions like asking how they feel during intimacy or caring for them after affection can create a strong, long-lasting bond. When you take the time to truly listen and understand your partner's emotions, the sexual relationship becomes deeper and more memorable. It is not just a physical moment, but an emotional exchange where both parties can express care and love sincerely. The feeling of being respected and understood is a key element that creates true satisfaction in sexual relationships. The truth about sexual satisfaction, new discoveries. Sexual satisfaction is not simply about physical pleasure. For women, satisfaction also depends on many factors, such as feelings of love, emotional connection, and safety within the relationship. This can create an entirely new perspective on intimacy in sexual relationships. The feeling of safety is crucial in helping women feel comfortable and easily reach orgasm. A truly great sexual relationship does not always come from physical attraction, but also from the trust and understanding that both people share. Women are often very sensitive to emotional signals within a relationship, and sometimes small gestures like a loving glance or a gentle hand hold can create a deeper connection than physical acts. To maintain a long-lasting and fulfilling sexual relationship, it is not just about technique, but also spiritual communication, where both people share their true thoughts and emotions. The importance of feeling safe and respected. One of the key elements that makes sexual relationships truly wonderful is the sense of safety. When women feel emotionally and physically safe in a relationship, they are able to fully relax and express their emotions and desires. Emotional safety allows them to open up and build a deep connection with their partner, which leads to greater sexual satisfaction. Respect in the relationship is also an essential factor. Women highly value respect from their partner, especially in intimate moments. When women feel respected and loved, they are more open to sharing their feelings and needs. This creates a sexual relationship that is not only passionate, but also full of understanding and empathy. Respect is not only shown through grand words or actions, but also through small, but meaningful gestures, such as listening to her talk about her day, or understanding that she needs time to experience everything slowly. Exploring emotional cues and understanding. The emotional signals that women send to you are not always easy to recognize. Sometimes, these signals are very subtle, such as when she moves closer to you, when her gaze lingers a little longer, or when she shows care through small actions, like brushing your hair or smiling brightly when you share a story. These actions are not just responses to you. They are signs of attraction and genuine love. Women tend to express their attraction through these gestures without needing to speak. This creates a strong emotional connection, allowing both people to understand each other without words. Understanding this body language could be the key to maintaining a long-lasting and happy sexual relationship. Understanding body language in a sexual relationship not only helps you understand your partner's emotions, but also allows you to express deep care. With just a glance or a gentle touch, you can convey a message of love that words cannot describe. Empathy and connection in sexual relationships. Sexual satisfaction is not only about technique or physical pleasure, but also largely depends on the empathy and connection between two people. When women feel that their partner truly understands and shares their emotions, they will feel more comfortable and are more likely to reach orgasm. This shows that nonverbal communication and empathy are essential elements in creating a passionate and satisfying sexual relationship. The feeling of being listened to and understood can increase sexual desire, as it creates a sense of safety and freedom for women to express themselves. This allows her to be more open about sharing thoughts, feelings, and desires that she has never shared before. This feeling strengthens the connection between the two people, making the sexual relationship deeper and more emotional. The truth about attraction and sexuality. Important physiological factors. An important factor that we cannot overlook when discussing sexuality is the physiological changes in a woman's body. Throughout the menstrual cycle, a woman's sexual desire can fluctuate. Specifically, during ovulation, a woman's sexual needs and desires tend to increase significantly, and she often feels more attractive and is more likely to reach orgasm. Understanding these physiological changes can help you better meet your partner's needs and create a more fulfilling sexual connection. This also explains why some women feel more confident and attractive during these phases. A woman's sexual desire is not only influenced by physical stimulation, but also by physiological changes in her body, and understanding these changes can help you be more supportive and responsive. Exploring connection and emotions in sexual relationships. In long-term sexual relationships, emotional connection becomes the most important factor in maintaining sexual satisfaction. When both partners understand and meet each other's emotional and physical needs, they will build a sustainable and happy sexual relationship. Feelings of love and understanding not only help women feel safe, but also enable them to experience sexual satisfaction fully. To maintain a long-term sexual relationship, it is essential to pay attention to the changes in emotions and needs of your partner. Understanding and responding to these subtle factors will help you and your partner build a deep and lasting connection. Love is not only about physical satisfaction, but also about perceiving and understanding each other in every moment of life. Understanding and building a long-term relationship. Another critical factor in a long-term sexual relationship is a deep understanding of each other's needs and desires. Women often need to feel understood and emotionally supported by their partner, and maintaining a genuine emotional connection can significantly enhance sexual satisfaction. When you fully understand your partner's emotions and can respond to those needs, your relationship will become more sustainable and happier. This understanding comes not only from verbal communication, but also from small gestures, eye contact, and the attentive care you show her throughout intimacy. These actions are not just physical signals. They represent love and care for your partner. A great sexual relationship is not solely based on technique or physical skills, but rather on the ability to understand each other on a deeper, more sincere level, without needing to try too hard to please each other. Understanding each other in intimacy is the foundation for building lasting love. It is when both partners can share thoughts, feelings, and desires without fear of judgment or being overlooked. The most enduring relationships are those where you not only love each other, but also understand and meet each other's emotional and physical needs. Sexual desire and important physiological factors. Sexual satisfaction is not only about emotions, but is also closely related to physiological factors. Throughout the menstrual cycle, women may experience significant changes in sexual desire. During ovulation, women's sexual needs often increase, and they feel more attractive both physically and emotionally. This is when women are more likely to feel confident and ready to express their sexual desires. This shows that sexual satisfaction for women is not just based on physical stimulation, but is also influenced by physiological changes in their body. Sexual relationships become more satisfying when you understand the changes in your partner's physiological cycle. If you can recognize when a woman is more likely to feel desire and when she needs more affection and care, you will create a deeper and longer-lasting sexual connection. Another factor to note is that changes in physiological factors also affect a woman's sense of sexual satisfaction. Women may feel more comfortable and are more likely to reach orgasm when they not only receive physical stimulation, but also experience care and understanding from their partner throughout intimacy. The combination of emotions and physiology will create truly wonderful and profound sexual moments. Mental participation in sexual relationships. One thing that many people don't realize is that mental involvement plays a crucial role in sexual relationships. When women feel they are engaging in a sexual relationship with emotional and mental harmony, they will open up more and feel more comfortable expressing their sexual needs. This helps create a sexual relationship that is not just physical, but also an exchange of emotions and minds. Women often enjoy the mental interaction in sexual relationships, especially when they sense that their partner genuinely cares and wants to understand them. Mental participation helps them feel loved, respected, and as a result, more comfortable sharing their sexual desires and needs. To create a long-term and satisfying sexual relationship, maintaining strong mental involvement is essential. You must understand that emotional connection is just as important as physical connection in sustaining a sexual relationship. When women feel that you genuinely understand and share their emotions, they will connect more easily emotionally and physically. The feeling of love and safety in a relationship. The feeling of being loved and safe is an essential element in a sexual relationship. Women tend to feel more secure in a sexual relationship when they know that their partner genuinely loves them and is not solely focused on physical satisfaction. This love is expressed through small actions, such as taking care of each other when tired, sharing everyday stories, and, especially, being ready to listen to each other. The feeling of safety and love allows women to open up and express their sexual needs without feeling judged or anxious. When a relationship is filled with love, women feel more comfortable taking the initiative in their sexual relationships, leading to higher emotional and physical satisfaction. It is important to note that when women feel loved and respected, they are more likely to open up and share their deeper emotions. This helps create a stronger connection in the sexual relationship, where both partners can feel the love and understanding from each other, emotions, and responses from the partner. Sexual satisfaction comes not only from physical stimulation, but also from how you respond and meet your partner's emotional needs. When a woman shares her emotions, or when she expresses her needs in a relationship, your positive and loving response helps build a deeper emotional connection. Feeling understood and cared for are key elements in building sexual satisfaction. When women feel that they are not just loved, but also understood and respected in intimate moments, they will easily open up and share emotions that they may not feel comfortable sharing in other contexts. Sexuality as a journey of sharing emotions and passion. Sexuality is not just about physical satisfaction. It is a journey of sharing emotions and passion, where both partners connect and understand each other not only through external actions, but also through deep emotional feelings. It is when both partners not only please each other physically, but also create a safe space where they can express themselves without fear of rejection. True sexual connection is not just about making love, but about understanding each other and meeting each other's emotional needs. When both partners realize that sexuality is not just a physical act, but an emotional connection, their relationship becomes stronger and more sustainable. This is the foundation for a long-lasting and satisfying sexual relationship. Sexuality and acceptance, reassessing relationships. An important factor in a sexual relationship is acceptance. Sexual satisfaction cannot be achieved without mutual acceptance and respect. Especially for women, being accepted for who they are is not just about their physical appearance, but also about their emotions, thoughts, and feelings. When women feel accepted, they are more likely to express their sexual needs and become more open in building the relationship. Acceptance does not mean tolerating everything, but empathizing with your partner's emotions, and sometimes, understanding simply means listening without judgment. When a woman feels that she does not need to change herself to please her partner, she will feel more confident and comfortable in the relationship, creating a long-lasting sexual connection. The same applies to men. When you feel accepted and loved without needing to pretend or do things you don't genuinely enjoy, you'll feel more comfortable in the sexual relationship. Mutual acceptance not only reduces pressure, but also enhances emotional connection. Emotional connection and sexuality, key factors in successful relationships. One of the most important factors that lead to sexual satisfaction is the emotional connection between two people. Women, in particular, seek an emotional and mental connection with their partner. When they feel that you truly care and listen to their feelings, they will open up more and easily reach orgasm. This connection is not only about physical satisfaction, but also about sharing, understanding, and creating safety for each other. Studies have shown that when women feel loved and respected, they become more comfortable in their sexual relationships. This feeling of being loved and respected allows women to express their emotions and needs without feeling judged. Emotional understanding is a crucial factor in maintaining a long-lasting sexual relationship. A sexual relationship cannot rely solely on passionate physical moments, but must also involve emotional sharing between two people. When both partners build their sexual relationship based on trust, love, and mutual understanding, the relationship will become more sustainable and fulfilling. The importance of self-confidence in sexual relationships. Self-confidence is not only an important factor in everyday life, but also has a direct impact on sexual relationships. Women are often attracted to confident men, not just in how they perceive themselves, but also in how they treat others. This confidence is reflected in how you respect yourself and, simultaneously, in how you respect your partner. When you have self-confidence, you will not only feel comfortable in the relationship, but also be able to communicate understanding and care for your partner. Self-confidence allows you to feel safer in sharing emotions and sexual needs, enhancing the connection between the two of you. Confidence is not just about being proud of what you have, but about accepting yourself and knowing your worth. When you feel confident about yourself, you will be able to communicate better with your partner, leading to higher sexual satisfaction. Sex is a journey of mutual development. Satisfaction in a sexual relationship is not a destination, but a journey. This journey involves not just physical satisfaction, but also emotional development, understanding, and mutual empathy in the relationship. Both partners need to explore and understand each other over time for the relationship to become deeper and more enduring. When you and your partner develop emotional connections and understand each other's needs, your sexual relationship will become more complete. This development is not only about physicality, but also about emotional and psychological growth, helping both of you overcome challenges and explore new aspects of your sexual relationship. Open conversations about each other's sexual needs and desires can bring about positive changes in the relationship, enabling both partners to fulfill each other's needs emotionally and physically. This makes the sexual relationship not only passionate, but also deeply connected with love and emotions. Orgasm. It's not just physical. For many women, orgasm is not just the result of physical stimulation, but also the result of a deep emotional connection with their partner. When a woman feels safe, loved, and understood in the relationship, she is more likely to reach orgasm. Some women find it easier to reach orgasm when they have a strong emotional connection with their partner, which suggests that emotions and spiritual connection are just as important in achieving orgasm. This does not mean that physical factors are unimportant. However, without an emotional connection, physical stimulation may not be enough to help women achieve maximum satisfaction. Therefore, understanding and meeting your partner's emotional needs is essential for a passionate and fulfilling sexual life. Self-confidence and safety are key factors. An indispensable factor in sexual relationships is self-confidence and a sense of safety. Women tend to feel more comfortable when they know their partner is reliable and genuinely loves them. This feeling helps women open up more in sexual relationships and express their desires more easily. This emotional safety will strengthen the connection between the two partners, making the relationship more enduring and deeper. When both partners understand and meet each other's needs, the relationship becomes more bonded, leading to long-term sexual satisfaction and happiness. This connection is not just physical, but also based on mutual understanding and emotional sharing. Sexual communication, a key bridge between partners. One of the most important factors in maintaining satisfaction in a sexual relationship is open communication. Women greatly value their partner's ability to listen and respond to their sexual needs. When a couple can communicate clearly and honestly about their desires, hopes, and emotions, they will create a stronger connection and a more fulfilling sexual relationship. It is also important to note that this communication is not just about vocalizing sexual desires, but also about sensing and understanding the nonverbal cues from your partner. When you and your partner can understand each other's body signals and emotions, your sexual relationship will feel more natural and bring complete satisfaction to both of you. This nonverbal communication is crucial because, in sexual relationships, not everything can be expressed with words. Sometimes a look, a smile, or a gentle touch can convey more emotions than words. And when you can understand each other's body language, your sexual relationship will become more connected and much more satisfying. The development of emotions and sexuality in long-term relationships. In long-term relationships, sexual satisfaction is not only about fleeting moments of passion, but also the continuous development of emotions and connection. The feeling of being loved and understood by your partner is key to maintaining attraction in the relationship. Sex in a long-term relationship is not just about physicality. It's about emotions, sharing moments, thoughts, and dreams. To maintain sexual satisfaction in a long-term relationship, both partners need to continuously renew their relationship, explore new ways to understand each other's needs, and keep finding ways to create rich and creative sexual experiences. When you and your partner explore new elements in sex, the relationship will become more passionate and connected. Exploring new techniques, experimenting with different positions or approaches, and sharing personal desires are ways to maintain attraction in a sexual relationship. The key is to keep communicating, showing care, and continually discovering new things to make your sexual relationship always fresh and full of energy. Physical and emotional connection, a holistic relationship. The connection between physicality and emotions is the key to a perfect sexual relationship. Sex is not just about physical satisfaction, but a fusion of physical and emotional connection. When women feel free to express their emotions without being judged, they will find it easier to achieve satisfaction in their sexual relationships. This not only helps them feel loved, but also makes them comfortable and open with their partner. For men, meeting the emotional needs of women is also crucial. Understanding the emotions of your partner helps men realize that they are not just providing physical satisfaction, but also creating an emotionally safe environment for their partner. The sexual relationship becomes more perfect when you can connect both physically and emotionally. Emotions and mutual understanding are the most important factors in maintaining long-term sexual satisfaction. A sexual relationship cannot be based solely on physical satisfaction. It requires emotional sharing and psychological harmony. This helps your relationship not only remain strong, but also become deeper and more meaningful. Freedom and sensory exploration. A necessary element in sexual relationships is the freedom to express oneself. Women often feel more comfortable expressing their desires and sexual needs when they feel loved and respected. Freedom in sexual relationships means both partners can freely express emotions, desires, and dreams without fear of rejection or judgment. This doesn't mean acting impulsively, but rather having the freedom to understand and accept oneself, confidently expressing what you want, while also understanding and meeting your partner's needs. When women feel free to express themselves, they will feel more comfortable in the sexual relationship and easily achieve satisfaction both physically and emotionally. Exploring sensations is an essential part of sexual relationships. Experimenting and exploring new things will make both partners more interested in their sexual relationship and maintain attraction. Discovering new desires and dreams in sex is the way to keep passion and connection alive in a long-term relationship. Sex and passion, creating a complete relationship. When talking about sexual relationships, passion and deep connection are the most important factors in creating a perfect relationship. Sex is not just a physical act, but an exchange of emotions and passion. To have a complete sexual relationship, both partners need to understand each other deeply, share emotions, and understand each other's needs. Building a great sexual relationship does not only come from physical satisfaction, but also from communication, understanding, and mutual care. When you and your partner can create a strong emotional connection, your sexual relationship will truly become wonderful and profound. Conclusion: sex is an emotional and understanding journey. Sex is not simply a physical act. It is a long and profound journey where both participants need to understand each other, feel, and thoroughly respond to each other's needs. Sex is not only about physical stimulation, but is deeply connected to emotional bonding and mutual understanding. These elements distinguish a fleeting sexual life from a sustainable, long-term sexual relationship. When a couple can maintain a sexual relationship based on respect, love, and understanding, they will not only achieve physical satisfaction, but also build a solid emotional connection. Elements like emotional safety, self-confidence, and the freedom to express oneself are key to maintaining passion and connection in a long-term relationship. Every sexual encounter can be an opportunity to explore and connect more deeply. Small gestures, nonverbal cues, and mutual care create a sexual relationship that is not only full of passion, but also filled with respect and love. Sex is truly about sharing, harmony between body and emotions, where both individuals can feel the genuine love and care from each other. Ultimately, a sexual relationship is truly perfect when both people grow together, explore, and learn new things about each other's needs and desires. When you can maintain understanding, empathy, and mutual respect, your sexual relationship will not only be about physical satisfaction, but also a complete experience of love and soul. Thank you for following this article. If you found this information helpful, don't forget to share it with those around you so they can also explore and understand the factors that contribute to a long-lasting and fulfilling sexual relationship. Always remember, sex is a journey, and this journey can only be wonderful when you truly understand and care for each other.